Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by our little spot to hang out with us today. If you like the music on this channel, go to our YouTube music channel at DrizzlerWorks Music, or just click on the link in this video. There we have calming and study music to chill out to or for your next grind. Your support helps us reach good people like yourself. So with that said, today we're diving into something that might make you uncomfortable. It's about recognizing the most dangerous psychological sign that Carl Jung warned us about. And here's the thing, this sign might be hiding in plain sight, possibly even within yourself. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying the human psyche, and he discovered something deeply unsettling. He found that the most dangerous people aren't always the ones who appear threatening on the surface. In fact, they're often the ones who seem perfectly normal, even charming. But there's one psychological sign that reveals their true nature, and once you learn to spot it, you'll never see people the same way again. This sign is what Jung called the complete rejection of the shadow self. Now, before you think this is just another psychology theory, let me explain why this matters to your everyday life. Every single person you meet, including yourself, has a shadow side. It's the part of us that contains everything we don't want to admit about ourselves. Our anger, our jealousy, our selfish desires, our capacity for cruelty. Here's where it gets dangerous. When someone completely denies their shadow exists, when they believe they're purely good and have no darkness within them, that's when Jung says we should be most alert. These people project all their darkness onto others. They become the self-righteous crusaders who commit terrible acts while believing they're doing good. They're the ones who can hurt you the most because they genuinely believe they're helping you. Think about it for a moment. Throughout history, the worst atrocities weren't committed by people who thought that they were evil. They were committed by people who thought they were the good guys, who believed they were purifying the world, who saw themselves as heroes. This is the danger Jung warned about. The person who has no relationship with their own darkness becomes possessed by it. So how do you spot this sign in others? Look for these red flags. First, they never admit fault. Everything bad that happens is always someone else's responsibility. They have a story for every mistake where they're the victim or the hero, never the villain. Second, they divide the world into absolute good and evil. There's no gray area in their worldview. People are either with them or against them, saints or demons. Third, and this is crucial, they have an obsessive need to appear morally superior. They constantly talk about how good, kind, or spiritual they are. They make sure everyone knows about their charitable acts. They judge others harshly while holding themselves to much lower standards. Jung noticed that genuinely good people don't need to advertise their goodness. It simply shows through their actions. Fourth, they have explosive reactions to criticism. When you point out even the smallest flaw, they either attack you viciously or play the victim dramatically. This is because any crack in their perfect self-image threatens to reveal the shadow they're desperately hiding from. Their entire identity is built on denying half of who they are. But here's the part that might disturb you even more. This dangerous sign might be present in you too. We all have moments where we refuse to acknowledge our shadow. When you find yourself thinking you're completely right and someone else is completely wrong, when you can't understand how anyone could disagree with you, when you feel morally superior to others, these are moments when your shadow is controlling you. Jung believed that the path to psychological health isn't about eliminating our darkness. It's about acknowledging it, understanding it, and integrating it consciously into our personality. He called this process individuation. When we know our own capacity for evil, we can choose good consciously rather than being good out of ignorance or fear. The most psychologically mature people, according to Jung, are those who can say, yes, I have anger in me. Yes, I have selfishness in me. Yes, I could be capable of terrible things under the right circumstances. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It's the recognition that keeps these forces under conscious control, rather than letting them operate from the unconscious where they can possess us. Now, protecting yourself from people who exhibit this dangerous sign requires wisdom and boundaries. Don't try to force them to see their shadow. This usually backfires spectacularly. Instead, maintain healthy distance when possible. Don't get pulled into their black and white worldview. Don't let them project their darkness onto you. And most importantly, don't let their denial of reality make you question your own perceptions. If you're in a relationship with someone like this, whether romantic, familial, or professional, remember that you can't fix them. Only they can choose to face their shadow, and most never will. Your job is to protect your own psychological well-being and not become a screen for their projections. But the real work, Jung would say, is internal. The more you understand and integrate your own shadow, the less likely you are to fall victim to those who haven't done this work. You'll recognize manipulation because you'll understand the manipulator within yourself. You'll spot deception because you'll know your own capacity for dishonesty. You'll see through false righteousness because you'll have faced your own self-deceptions. This is why Jung considered shadow work to be so crucial for humanity's survival. In our age of social media, where everyone can craft a perfect image of themselves, where virtue signaling has become a currency, where people compete to appear the most enlightened or woke or pure, the shadow has gone deeper underground. But it hasn't disappeared. It's just found new ways to express itself, often through the very movements and ideologies that claim to be fighting darkness. The person who says they have no prejudice, no hatred, no capacity for evil, this is the person Jung would tell you to watch most carefully, because the shadow doesn't disappear when we deny it. It simply operates without our awareness, making us its puppet rather than its master. As we navigate our complex world, remember Jung's warning. The most dangerous people aren't those who acknowledge their darkness and struggle with it. The most dangerous are those who believe they cast no shadow at all. Stay alert to this sign in others, but more importantly, stay alert to it in yourself. Your willingness to face your own shadow might be the very thing that protects you from those who won't face theirs. The journey to psychological maturity isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. It's about recognizing that we all contain multitudes, light and dark, good and evil, creation and destruction. When we can hold these opposites in conscious awareness, we become truly free. We're no longer at the mercy of unconscious forces, and we can't be manipulated by those who are. This is the wisdom Jung left us with, not to fear our darkness, but to know it, to own it, and to choose our light consciously. In a world full of people running from their shadows, be someone who turns around and faces yours. It might be the most important psychological work you ever do. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. I have more videos, so feel free to watch them as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. See you in the next video.